Brad Hughes, Director of Music for Visual Media at the Academy of Art.
Well, I've been playing music has been a part of my life ever since I was a young kid. I was one of those, school band guys. I fell in love with playing the clarinet when I was a kid. The band director comes around and recruits kids for the band and, demonstrates all the instruments, and they played the clarinet, and I thought that was just the coolest thing I'd ever seen. So I asked my parents if I could, join the band, and I did in the 4th grade, and that was really the beginning because very early on I just would practice, without being told to practice. Because after playing clarinet for a few years, I decided that playing in the jazz band would be cooler, and there were no clarinets in the jazz band, so I said, how can I get in that band? And they said, well, probably saxophone is your next thing, and that's where I really got bit, by the bug. I went to UCLA for my undergraduate, and while I was in Los Angeles, I began playing around and playing in bands and sort of trying to get into the studio musician thing. That would be like a musician that records for film soundtracks, television shows, TV commercials, things like that. I went to Cal Arts to get a graduate degree, and I got my master's in music from Cal Arts. And then I stayed around LA for about 10 years and did the studio musician thing and played on a few film and TV, dates and things like that. I shifted my focus a little bit, and I was always interested in the audio engineering side of things, and I was always comfortable on both sides of the glass, either in the studio, tracking, playing saxophone, or on the other side of the glass with the audio engineering. I was fascinated by the big boards and what all that stuff did, and just got involved and was there at the very beginning of the computer digital audio, whole revolution that happened in about the early 90s. When I was offered the job to come to the Academy of Art I was initially hired as the director of sound under the motion picture and television department. All of those sound design skills that I, really were perfect for that job because I knew exactly what kind of training was necessary there, right? And then not long after that, I proposed the idea of creating a music department to create music content for all of the great media content that we have in all the other departments here, right? We teach students how to write, compose, and also engineer and edit, music tracks, as well as do sound design, which basically means everything else that you hear on a soundtrack except for the music. Dialogue, sound effects, sweetening and stuff like that. It's all based on like a rhythmic foundation, just a little subtle thing. Just that much, and then layer on top.
He pioneered the music department at the Academy of Art and is undoubtedly a valued resource to making media sound good. Brad Hughes, music production for visual media, because audio comes before video.